How far do a person's sexual rights extend? That is a question we should all ask ourselves, especially in a time when stories and controversies have brought attention to consent, privacy, and the limits of our sexual rights. I am Buitrago, urologist and sexologist, and today we will delve into this essential issue: mutual respect in our relationships and how far our sexual rights should extend. Talking about sexual rights also involves discussing responsibility and limits. These rights extend as far as the respect for the rights of the other person begins, and any action beyond those limits can cause harm and bring serious consequences. Today more than ever, the importance of understanding these limits is fundamental in an increasingly aware and empowered society regarding issues of intimacy and consent. Every person has the right to choose their sexual orientation and the sexual practices they prefer, whether it be oral sex, anal sex, or the role they wish to play. However, for all of this to be valid, consent is an absolute requirement. Here lies the most important concept. Consent must be informed and without any manipulation. This means that each person must be in complete agreement and without external pressure to participate in any sexual activity. One of the key points here is consent in situations of exhibitionism or recording. These practices, such as recording oneself or taking photos, require the explicit permission of everyone involved. Without consent, these actions can not only invade privacy, but also violate the rights of others, and this has serious legal consequences. We know of public cases that have exposed this very issue. Privacy is non-negotiable, and its violation can mark lives forever. Furthermore, consent not only implies a yes at the moment, it must be an informed, free, and conscious yes, without the influence of substances like alcohol or drugs. When sexual activities are carried out under the influence of substances, the ability to decide is compromised and consent is no longer valid. This is especially important in situations with new partners, where we must be more careful and avoid making decisions we might regret or that could even be illegal. Remember this well: my rights go as far as the rights of others begin. You said. The law also sets limits in terms of age. In Colombia and in many other countries, sexual relations between an adult and a minor under 14 years old are considered sexual abuse. This law exists to protect minors who do not yet have the maturity to make informed decisions on issues of sexuality. Consent here is no longer valid, even if the minor seems to agree, as they do not have the capacity to decide freely. But sexual abuse is not limited to physical contact. It also includes any action aimed at obtaining sexual pleasure without consent, such as grooming, exhibitionism, or unwanted touching. We cannot simply assume that the other person is enjoying it as well. Explicit consent is always essential, and it is important to understand that consent can be withdrawn at any time, and this decision must be respected regardless of the stage of the activity. Today, in a society that constantly learns from public cases and high-profile situations, it is vital that we take steps to protect ourselves and respect the rights of others. Let's avoid hasty decisions or those made under the influence of substances. And remember that respect and privacy are fundamental principles. These lessons, sometimes painfully public, teach us the importance of being mindful of our decisions and protecting trust in relationships. As a society and as individuals, we are not perfect, but let's learn from our own or others' experiences to build a more respectful and safe community. Let's reflect on consent, privacy, and the importance of respecting our own boundaries and those of others. We advance together to a place where the sexual rights of every person are truly respected and understood as fundamental rights based on respect. Finally, I want to invite you to learn about my Perfect Lover course. Among many topics, I will teach you to have greater empathy with your partner. Access the course through the link in the description. And if you have any type of dysfunction, access my online consultation through which I have improved the intimate life of many men. Access the WhatsApp of my office through the link in the description. Thank you very much for watching us.